In hard is always sky high, but they can't wait altogether for it, but it's not going to miss it by a great amount by the time they get into the home straight. So the others are off and going, and best served is Zip Tie out wide for Shane Hall. Going to the pegs first is Perfect Peak, but Zip Tie will push on and try and take up the running as it has done now. Zip Tie leading Perfect Peak and Double Dot, Cold Dew Granon, and it's not only a short break now back to Always Sky High. So luckily the mobile driver was kind to Steve there to give it some chance of participating. But into the back straight now and heading towards the mile, it is Zip Tie. And it leads clearly over Perfect Peak, Double Dot, Cold Dew Granon, and a 10-metre break to Always Sky High. But the leader is at the 1400, Zip Tie, and it's a clear leader with a break of about 6 metres, and that's just the gap, not the overall distance that they measure by, to Perfect Peak. A small break to Double Dot, and on the back of that is Cold Dew Granon, and getting closer all the time is Always Sky High. But they're into the front straight and coming down to the bell, and Zip Tie has been allowed to roll along here by Shane Hall, and it has a good margin over Perfect Peak and Double Dot, Cold Dew Granon, and Always Sky High. So they're making their way around the top turn. Zip Tie, Shane Hall has it rolling along as it goes to the 800 with that margin over Perfect Peak. And coming from the rear is Always Sky High, zipping around and going up, and we'll get to second place shortly. So it's Zip Tie leading Always Sky High now, and Perfect Peak, Double Dot, and Cold Dew Granon. But as they get towards the 400, it's still Zip Tie leading. Always Sky High still coming with that long sustained run, and it's holding it into second. And down on the pegs is Perfect Peak, Double Dot, and Cold Dew Granon. But Zip Tie will be the first into the straight, and it's had a good margin all the way, but still running on down out wide is Always Sky High. In fact, Always Sky High has gone to the front. But running on now is out wide is Cold Dew Granon, and Cold Dew Granon will get up and beat Always Sky High.